So I tried growth operating for the last 12 months, and I'm going to give you guys my raw, unfiltered, honest feedback about the business model. I've been able to generate my clients multiple six figures, and I've made myself over $80,000, and I'm in the process of still scaling up. And I'm going to give you guys everything about how I got started, what to avoid, why most growth operators fail, and what to do to be successful in this space to actually be able to make money. So let's get into the video quick. It's 2024 and I'm sitting in front of my desk working on a Facebook ad for a client. And at the time I was running a Facebook ads agency and I was barely getting any profits. I was working with the most trashiest clients who weren't even trying to pay me. And most of my clients that I was getting were on free trials, and 90% of them, after the free trial was over, they just didn't pay. So it was like the worst setup possible. So one day, my business partner at the time, he comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, Bri, I found a business model and I think it can make hella bread with it." So I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" He then proceeds to tell me how you can work with creators, you partner up with them, and then you launch a community, help them run it up. And since they already have the following, you could just make a hella money hella fast. And I'm like, okay, that sounds a little too good to be true. And at first I was like, I was a little standoffish because at the time I didn't really like the idea of working with creators. I felt like they had egos and I felt like they weren't going to put in as much work as I was when it comes to scaling up this business model. But I literally had nothing to lose. I wasn't making any type of money so far with my current Facebook ad agency. So I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's get into it. What can I possibly lose? So I ditched all of my Facebook ads clients and I went head first into growth operating. So fast forward, now I'm on a hunt to find my first creator and launch the community and make big bucks without doing as much work as I was doing with the Facebook ads agency. So I'm doing outreach, message after message after message, getting a bunch of no's, and then finally I get my first yes. And when I got my first yes, I was like, bro, I made it. I'm up. I'm looking at places to go on vacation. I'm like, yo, we finally made it. So I partner up with this creator who is teaching people computer science skills to be able to land a job. And I'm thinking, like, this is my first client. I'm like, okay, we about to make bread. She has a big platform. This is going to be super easy. So we set up everything and we set up the CRM, we set up the emails, set up the community. Everything is in place for me to make money and have my first big break. And I'm like, yo, I made it. Let's get it. So we launched the community and I remember about to press the red button and I'm like, yo, this is going to be the moment that changes forever. I'm recording myself. I'm like, yo, this is before I get big and make it rich. I launched the community. We go live. We tell everyone tell all of her platforms that we're ready to take on people. And by the end of the day, we made 4K. And I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to tell her. I'm like, yeah, I told you we can make 20, 30K, but like we only made 4. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I was literally speechless and I'm like, yo, this can't be what everybody was talking about. And in that moment, I realized not all niches are created equal. One of the biggest things is that if you're not in a good niche that's really related to helping people make money online or just something along the lines of building a skill up, it's going to be very, very hard for you to make any type of money at all with your creator or just as a growth operator in general. So after that launch, the partnership eventually died, and now I was on a hunt for another creator. But before I hopped on to another creator, I had to fix up my own systems, right? I learned to do better emails. I learned the CRM better. I was using Go High Level. I learned everything I could about marketing and launching communities and building banger offers. So by the time I get my other creator, I already know what I'm doing, and it's a faster way to start making money. So boom, I'm doing a bunch of outreach. I'm reaching out to a bunch of people, getting a bunch of no's, and then I finally get my first creator, and this creator was big. There was no reason for her to flop. I'm thinking like, okay, there's no way I could possibly not make any type of money with this creator. So we set up everything, set up the launch date. I'm getting excited because okay, she has this platform. She has over 20,000 people in her email list, a bunch of followers on her IG, and the niche is actually good. So I'm like, there's no way for us to flop. We go on, we launch the community, and one of the biggest mistakes that I made when launching this community was running it with free trial offers, right? So in order to come into the community, we let you come in on a 7-day free trial. And what I realized, like after 6-7 days of them coming into the community, everybody dipped. They got the information and they dipped. And I'm just like, yo, this is not like, there's no way this is happening right now. I don't like, there's no reason for this creator to be flopping. I got a bunch of these people in. I'm thinking we're about to reach like 30, 40K just off this launch so far. And just when I'm thinking people are about to pay, I see a bunch of declined, churn. And I'm just like, yo, this can't be happening. I invested too much into this business. I invested too much for it not to work. So we had a bunch of people cancel their free trials, and At the end of that launch, I believe we only made about like 5K, 5 to 7K just in MRR. And I was just like, bro, I didn't know what to do. Like, I felt like I was defeated. But for some reason, the creator, she just trusted me. She was just like, yeah, I believe you guys could do it. Let's just keep it going. Not all creators are like that. Some creators, they're going to see it doesn't work for the first time and be like, yeah, that's dead. I'm going to go do something on my own. See you guys later. But this one trusted me. So I was like, I have no reason not to keep working. So I just kept fixing up my offers, learning everything I could about communities and just marketing it in general, learning how to be a better marketer, creating better offers, learning how to structure a program better so that people are able to come in, get results, and continuously pay after month after month after month. One of the things that most growth operators fail to realize is that building a community is cool, like you have MRR, but it's a long-term game, and not a lot of creators want to put in that work. A lot of creators, they just want to start making a lot of money way faster and not trying to have to do so much effort into having their income grow. One of the reasons that most growth operators fail or just don't stick it out long enough is that they try to build up a community and scale it to 100K MRR like in 1 month. And when you realize it's a long-term game, it's not going to happen overnight. It's possible, but it's not going to happen overnight. And you have to have the right niche to be able to bring that up to 100K months MRR and continuously have that in place. You have to actually have the skills in place to be able to know what needs to be fixed in order to keep the community scaling, know what's not going right. You just have to have a good launching and scaling a community is a long-term game, and not all of the creators have the time or have the vision to be like, yeah, this is something that is possible, but it's going to take some time to build out. And if you don't have the right niche in place, you're setting yourself up to fail. You're going to be struggling to make money. Your creator is going to be struggling to make money. And now both of you guys are struggling to make money, and you're just going to get dropped off, and they're going to pick up something else that helps them make more money way faster. So launching and scaling a community is a long-term game. And if both you and the creator know that going into it, you're going to be just fine as long as you continue to work and continue to improve. I feel like one of the things that growth operators don't want to do is improve their skills so that they know exactly what to do to be able to continuously making money. Because you can't just, yeah, it sounds good to just launch it and then you're done, but that's not how you scale it up. You're going to have to constantly learn things, implement new tactics in order to keep people coming in, keep people paying, and keep the marketing just feeling alive and working so that you have more people coming into the community. So after months of working and trying to scale her community up, we were able to get it to 9K MRR, but it felt like a fight every single day, trying to get the creator to be active inside the community, trying to just constantly market people coming into the community and keep them engaged, keep them paying month after month after month. And at the same time, the creator really was starting to feel, discouraged from it. So they started pushing other offers, and that just made my life 10 times harder because now I have to fight for this offer while she's pushing 5-10 other offers at once. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing here? So what I did, I reached out to another growth operator, got him as a mentor, and he put me onto a webinar. Even when I was reaching out to this person, I was just like, okay, this is my last try. If this doesn't work, then growth operating is so dead for me. He put me onto webinars, and he was like, yo, this is a system that you need to run for this creator. She can print money as long as you just run the system. So we ran the system, and I'm thinking, okay, like this guy must know what he's doing. He's already made money, so I literally have nothing to lose. We set up the system, set up the VSL funnel for her webinar, set up the automation, set up everything in place, even set up the presentation. So all she had to do was come in and present with the offer that we built out for her for this webinar. And within the first webinar run, we made $32,000 in 3 days. And in that moment, watching her go live and watching the sales come in and just like $2,000 here, $3,000 here, $3,000 here, I'm just like, yo, this is absolutely crazy that it's actually working. And we're getting a bunch of money in just off this 1 hour live presentation. So we made $22,000. I think we made $20,000 that night. And then the rest of the sales came in on the replay sequence that we ran into the weekend. And over the weekend, we made $32,000 in 3 days. And at the moment, I just had like the biggest sigh of release because I was like, this is actually possible. This is finally working. So one of the things that I realized is that like, you don't need to have a creator run to a low ticket community. I feel like a low ticket community is cool, but the big bucks is running a high ticket offer with your creator. So that way the creator is able to make money. They feel encouraged to continuously put in the effort to make the program work because they're getting paid a big amount of money. You're getting paid a big amount of money for your efforts, and both people are happy. So if both people are happy, then y'all just gonna make more money together. So if you're a growth operator and you're trying to find success for your own clients, or you're just a agency consultant out there, you're trying to find the best route for your clients to take, My recommendation is to have a mechanism that is special to you that you can explain to your clients, that is step by step and allows them to see that you're able to get them results. And my mechanism is just building a banger offer, running a free webinar to that banger offer, and then getting a bunch of people into the room and then selling one to many. And we just run that into the ground until it stops working. And side note, it doesn't stop working. You just continuously get new traffic coming in. I'm not the biggest fan of running low ticket communities just because there's so much work that you have to put into it to continuously grow. Like, yeah, you can make money month after month, but I feel like you can make a lot more money faster just running high ticket offers. So I would say get good at one thing, whether it's you build crazy sales teams or you have a webinar or you run ads to an offer, whatever it is, get good at one thing and then make that your whole mechanism of how you're able to help your clients going forward. And I promise you, you will be able to make money in this space. And just by me running these webinars, I would say like 90% of the money that I've been able to generate my clients have been from these free webinars, just spamming these free webinars week by week, even 2 times a week. You could literally spam this method into the ground and sales will keep coming in as long as we get new traffic coming in. And you could do that through just regular content on YouTube or even the ads route. As long as you're getting more traffic into these free webinars, the amount of money that you can make is endless. In my honest opinion, growth operating, you can make a lot of money with it. And it's one of the best business models to have, because once you set up systems, you have the client, you have the offer in place, you have the system in place to actually make your client or creator make a lot of money. It's not that much work that you have to do after. It's just the whole 90% of the work is getting set up and actually having the skills and having the knowledge to be able to be like, okay, this is the offer that you can make. This is how we're going to set up the offer. This is how we're going to make money with the offer. And this is how we run the system to continuously make the offer work. So without that in place, it's not going to work out. It's not super beginner friendly, but anybody can get into it if you actually want to build the skill to be able to learn it and really make any type of money with this space. So I would recommend, if you want to put in the work, if you're ready to put in the work and you're willing to learn how to make banger offers, how to run systems in the back end, and if you like all of that stuff, then growth operating is for you, and you can make a lot of money in the space, especially because people are constantly coming into the info space. There's always going to be a coach that pops up and they want to teach other people how to do the same thing that they're doing. And that's where that opportunity leaves room for you, because these creators, they just want to focus on coaching people and you just work in the back end. So that's the perfect opportunity for you to be like, hey, let me manage everything for you while you focus on what you do, what you love doing. So it's always going to be a space where you make money in, whether it be AI operating, growth operating. In the next 5 years is going to be called something different, but it's always going to be something that creators are going to need, especially as we go more into the space of online coaches and just making money online in general. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see exactly my funnel on how I build these webinars out and get people to convert from these webinars, I'm going to link it above here. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.